Hey, welcome back. So today we're doing garden cleanup day. This lovely acorn squash, I'm assuming, that's what we're calling it, has taken a hit. Get my glove on. The fruit is still on them, they're not growing anymore, so we're gonna harvest, do a massive cleanup with the squash and tomatoes. Those have a ton of blight. We have not been out here in about 2 weeks. There was a medical emergency with our cat. We got super busy with our day jobs, so the garden kind of massively got neglected. So we're gonna take care of that today, and hopefully most of it. Okay, so this is why I think it's an acorn squash, because it has like the ribs, but it kind of looks like a zucchini. Always the train. Okay, anyway, hopefully you can hear me. So we've actually eaten 6 of these already, and I prepared them in the oven with butter and brown sugar, baked them for an hour with a little bit of water in like a 9x13 casserole dish, and it tastes exactly like acorn squash. So that's how I'm gonna keep preparing them. So we grew our squash plant this year vertically. I can't remember who I saw do that, but I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give it a try. I mean, obviously we grew it vertically because we have the cattle panel up. I will say that it helped, but there was still some significant damage. I found some onions. I don't remember planting them there. Apparently they didn't do very well. So I'm not putting any of the squash or blight infested tomato plant themselves into our compost just because I don't want any of the disease to spread. So I'm putting all in our yard cart, and the city will come pick it up and I don't have to worry about disease spreading. Whoa. That one is dirty and yellow. Wow. This is actually kind of sad. Everything looks so empty. So empty. Well, this cabbage was harvested months and months and months ago, and I just left it in here in hopes of getting another cabbage. But it is hit. Okay, this is very, very, very embarrassing, but I'm going to show you guys. I don't know if you can see this lovely cauliflower. It smells. It's rotten, and it's got to go too. Okay, that's not happening. Nope, I have to find bigger cutters. Made quick work of that. Touch this thing. It smells funny. Look at how bad that is. I think I'm gonna go get an envelope and save these lettuce seeds. I believe this is Simpson lettuce. I'm not sure. I almost cut this cauliflower plant out as well because it hasn't been doing anything, but it's doing something. It looks pretty good. So we're gonna leave it. We have one Lone Ranger on that plant, and it's hard as a rock. So these tomatoes have taken off like nobody's business, which is great, but the temperatures have been getting down to like the very, very low 40s. I don't know how long they're gonna make it, but we'll keep babying them because we want to eat them. Jeez. It's like an infestation of potato bugs. Yeah, they must have fell out. An actual acorn squash. True to size and shape. It just appeared in our compost pile. Well, we actually have two, but this thing is so small. And something took a little chunk out of it. And then this is a sweet potato that I just threw in here. I think I'm gonna dig it up, see what we can, see if there's anything there. Something has been munching on. I just chucked it in here just to see what it would do. So we're gonna see if we have any sweet potatoes. Yo, we have a sweet potato. and a tiny tot. Oh, this is the... Okay, so I thought we lost one, but this was actually the sweet potato that I purchased, and it had all the tubers coming off of it. So this was like the seed potato that we planted. No worries. Oh, now see, we did lose one. That's so sad. Alright, well, they're scrawny, but if they multiply, like I said with the potatoes, I'm still happy. Dang it. I guess I really did wait too long. There's a worm in there. Can you see the worm? Sheesh. They're like fingerling sweet potatoes. That's that, I suppose. Plant one and you get 4. So I forgot I had this container with sweet potatoes in it as well. I'm gonna dump it, see if there's anything in there. Hopefully more than what we just harvested. Alright, we have some. They're so tiny. That's better, much better. So next up we have more cauliflower. They did absolutely nothing this year. I have no idea why. I mean, the plants grew. They were getting fertilizer, nutrients. It's time for them to go. So I did also want to touch base on these green beans. The first round of beans that we planted got completely demolished by some critter. I still don't know what it is. Probably the stinking chipmunks. So I planted more in this bed and more in another bed over there. I accidentally left the insect netting off and something nibbled on them just for one night, so I hurried up and put it back on. But I'm just gonna leave these. I'm not gonna harvest any more for the rest of the season. Just put the insect netting on there and then let them dry on the vine. We did harvest quite a few, not enough to can, so we just ate them. I picked this one off of our first round of green beans. Get out. So they dried on the vine, and then there's our little beans. Oh, bye bean. Dang it. Oh, I got it. Whew. Okay, so don't fall, our little beans. Oh my gosh, here's our bean. We're gonna save this, plant this next year. I got a little distracted. I noticed that the basil had dried out nicely on the plant, some of it. So we're gonna harvest some seeds. So I went and grabbed some envelopes, a bowl, a fine mesh strainer, and a pen. I might have left these out in the rain. We're gonna be very gentle with these. They still smell really amazing. Now, if they're not fully dry, I'm going to leave them, just because I don't want them to start molding. So the easiest way to do this is grab your fine mesh strainer, get your bug out of there, and I just grab the stalk, pinch it, and pull. So the easiest way for me to do this is just to grab some with my fingers and just rub them together, and that will release the seeds. It does take a couple minutes, but it's definitely worth it so you don't have to buy any next year. Get some of this dust out of here. The only reason why I have the bowl is because, you know, this will just fall all over the place. Or you can rub it in. And if you just give it a little bit of wind, a lot of the dried pieces will just come flying right out. Okay, so we're on day 2 of garden cleanup, and the disease is real on these tomato plants. We have about 10 to 15 days before our first true frost, so I'm going to keep these tomato plants I can't talk today, as alive and thriving as I possibly can. So we're going to trim these all up, clip them up the best we can, and save their little lives. Okay, well, first one's all trimmed up. Might be an absolute wasted effort, but this is what we got. Sorry for the wobbles. Baby is scrawny. Now, I did not trim this up properly at all. I was just trying to get rid of any disease. I mean, the disease, I'm only 5 foot, and the disease on this particular tomato plant is probably 5 foot, 2 inches, 3 inches, I'm not sure. But anyway, now I'm gonna clip them up. These are the clips that we purchased last year. They just clip like that. Put your string in here. The tomato stem goes in here. Clippy-doo, we're good to go. So the string, tomato plant, easy peasy. Okay, on to the next 25. gonna do it for today's video. I got everything done that I wanted to as far as like what I call tomato alley. Most everything is trimmed up, clipped up. Well, I might have forgot one. And then I did harvest some tomatoes, not too terribly many. The chipmunks, you can see that, they keep getting to them. And then the chocolate cherry tomatoes, they're splitting. And they're rotting before I can get to them. So, until I see you next time, be kind, eat well, and I'll see you in the next one. I almost forgot to show you guys everything that we picked. So we have the black seeded Simpson lettuce, the green basil. The purple's not ready yet, so we'll get that when it's ready. All of our squash, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9. And then in this bag are all of these peppers, and they're supposed to be the Big Jim chili medium hot peppers. They are not spicy at all. We have all of our sweet potatoes, no matter how tiny they are. And our jalapenos, that is what is in this bag, as well as some kind of spicy yellow pepper. It's not a hot lemon pepper. I do not have a seed packet for it, and I couldn't tell you what they are. But I have a whole bag of them, plus jalapenos. I had about 5 or 6 of these peppers. This is just a carnival blend. And then I had about 5 or 6 just regular old green peppers. Those all got consumed. These beautiful peppers are actually called Purple Beauty, and I ordered them from Ohio Heirloom Seeds. Love them. We have chocolate cherry tomatoes. We have super sweet 100s. We have, oh, that one's wonky shaped. Oh, we're gonna have to harvest. We're gonna have to process these soon. Our Romas, these are supposed to be beefsteak. They're kind of tiny. These are Cherokee purple tomatoes, and then our orange Kentucky beefsteak, more Roma. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.